save $1 million plus a year. Is that correct? I mean, I don't need the exact figure, but whatever. It was a large amount, I know.
It's closer to $3.5 million the first year.
Well,
$3.5 million?
Well, that's including
the first year.
over $1 million in.
It's okay. If they were to just close Phoenicia and keep Woodstock and Bennett running as K6s, in the first year they would save about $800,000 plus the money that we don't have to put into the infrastructure.
Plus the utility costs, plus they need boiler repairs.
Yeah.
Isn't that part of the 800,000?
Yeah, that is.
No, the infrastructure costs are not included in that.
Right,
So-
The infrastructure's not included.
The infrastructure is not
$1
You have any idea what that is?
Yeah, they had a consultant there. I've asked actually, and I listened to it. It came in at I think $1.25 million in infrastructure, but that doesn't count things like the boiler that they're going to put out on a special program where you don't have to pay, but the state will pay, and then the cost savings you pay the state back, so it's zero upfront loading. But like West Hurley, you're stuck with your building and you can't sell it. So it's actually well over $1 million at this point that's needed, probably closer to $2 when you add in all of those costs. But certainly at least over $1 million is going to be necessary in the next 3 years to be put into that building to keep it running of our tax money.
I could feel comfortable with that paragraph being changed.
I just talked to Peter, and he has no objections if the first paragraph on the second page, whereas to restructure the district again in such a short period will create unnecessary cost, period. Take the rest out, I can live with it.
I would feel, because I just don't feel confident in.
Can you live with that, Peter?
Yeah.
That doesn't make me feel like I'm sitting up here talking about something I don't know about, education. I have to, well, let's take a vote. I'm ready to vote.
I make a motion that we accept it with that paragraph taken out.
Could I just amend that just a little bit? That we just take that second line of the paragraph, that we end it at unnecessary costs, not the whole paragraph.
Right, that's what he, that's what he said.
Well, he said the whole paragraph. We don't need to take the whole paragraph out.
Well,
You're probably right. It's probably important to put to restructure the district and leave that in.
So what are you doing?
We're putting a period, where's your second?
You're going to leave in the first line, put a period.
The first
take
line,
out
put a
the
period
second
at the end
At
of
cost,
cost.
you're putting a period and then
Taking the rest out in that paragraph.
Are you ready for me?
In a minute. Anyone else out there would like to have 5 minutes, or are we done?
5 seconds.
5? I'm
Just
sorry.
real quick, reason I came out tonight was just to say thank you, despite what you guys decide. Thank you for listening to the community. Thank you, Peter, for coming to the meeting and listening to everything that's going on. I thought that the summary you did really summed it up well. Thank you.
Sir?
Thank you.
Yes.
Last Sunday's Freeman has a little article. There's 2 seats on the school board open, and the election is May 15th. You can pick up the application at the school.
What, election for school board members?
Yeah, there's 2 seats open. There's 5 seats, so we gotta get some people.
Okay.
I would just like to thank Peter as well. I mean, I kind of heard from the first 2 responses that the perception here was we were going to sit on the sidelines and let this happen, and I get the large parts and I get all those sensitivities, but I mean, this is our most precious asset, right? I mean, I've got 2 little girls, and I know a lot of folks in this room do, so I would really hope that, you folks enjoyed a great 70s, 80s, great time in this community when there were a lot of kids and a lot of dollars, so I hope you'd extend the same opportunity to us, and really I was a little surprised in buying a ticket to watch the show, so Pete, thanks for stepping up.
Just have to say one thing, okay, and then we'll vote. Used to be a sales manager, and I used to give the people underneath me the advice is when you make a sale, keep your mouth shut, get your signature, and go. So I think that's the point we're at right now. So would you take a roll call, please?
Councilmember Van Buren.
Yes.
Councilmember Burkhart.
Yes.
Councilmember Lamonda.
Yes.
Councilmember Friedel.
Yes.
Supervisor Liefeld.
Yes, but I just want to say something else. I came in here tonight, and I got to be very honest with everybody here. I didn't know how I was going to vote. So, when somebody says that a town board meeting isn't important, you can mark this one down. So,
Thank you for your
the
unanimous
coming
vote.
forth.
Thank you, really, we so appreciate your support.
This will be in the mail tomorrow morning.
Let me ask you this. Do I need to send that to the supervisors for the town of Marbletown and Lexington also?
Why not?
Couldn't hurt.
I mean, they're just little bitty, but okay.
45 cents.
I don't even know who the supervisor in Lexington is, but I'll find out.
Don't wait, you'll go through it.
Can you get there?
The town board recently went through a NIMS training, and members of the officers that were obligated to go, and Sergeant Palaco came up from Kingston. I think he lives in Sawkill or somewhere, but anyway, he came here to save us the trip of going down there, and I would like a letter to go to him and the sergeant thanking him for his extra effort.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So moved. Mr. Selkowitz, would you like to talk to us?
I'd like to speak from up here so I don't have my back to the audience or my back to the town board. I understand I'm addressing the town board, but first of all, it's really nice to see so much participation in our local government. I'd like to wish everyone a happy Valentine's Day, and there's so much love that can come out of that. So let's keep it on a high note. I'd like to recognize Helen Chase in the back, the other Town of Olive representative on the Central Catskills Collaborative, as well as Peter Manning in the blue shirt here, who is a regional planner who helped prepare this, who is no longer on the staff at the Catskill Center for Conservation and Development, but is completing work on the byway under contract to the Central Catskills Chamber of Commerce. And I'd like to recognize Carol O'Byrne, who's the director or chairperson of the Central Catskills Chamber of Commerce. And I want to make that distinction because there's been a lot of entanglement of the idea for the scenic byway with other issues that have been embroiling the town over the years, like the comprehensive plan. Now, we had a little working meeting, a communication meeting between members of the Central Catskills Collaborative, which, to rephrase, is a group of 7 municipalities from West Hurley to Andes along the Route 28 corridor. And one of the projects we came up with after some 30 public meetings over 3 years was to pursue a scenic byway designation, which is a New York State program to recognize certain state highways as possessing certain intrinsic qualities of scenic or historic nature. And my initial reaction was that it certainly kind of, why do we have to prove that Route 28 through the middle of the Catskill Park is scenic? It's so obvious. But there are benefits to participating in this program, including a colored dotted line on Rand McNally atlases, or inclusion on a state map which lists the scenic byways throughout New York State. Now, in the course of presenting this draft, certain controversy erupted because of certain language that seemed to tie the scenic byway into other issues, and I can understand the suspicion because the town of Olive has suffered through the creation of taking lands to be forest preserve, and then the Catskill Park, and then the reservoir. So I can understand feelings of fear and resentment